Minnesota's freshman 1st District representative is in hot water.
There is a pattern of failure of leadership there with Congressman Hagedorn that this is part and parcel of.
After spending 40% of his annual budget in the first quarter of the year, making him the highest spending congressman in the country. In a statement sent Friday to KTTC, Hagedorn says when he became aware of the issue, he took, quote, immediate action by hiring outside counsel to perform an independent review, making senior-level personnel changes, and reestablishing best practices for staff in the acquisition of services. About $260,000 of that money going towards printing costs, nearly $60,000 to a Texas-based printing company in which a part-time staffer is listed as a director.
This is not just an ethical issue. It is not just an issue of right and wrong. It's a question of legality, frankly, and it's a question of leadership. At a time where people need help, taxpayer dollars are either being wasted entirely or going in the self-pay form of benefiting him and members of his office.
His opponent demanding answers and action.
I think we should be asking questions. There's so much we still don't know about what happened and what continues to happen in Congressman Hagedorn's office.
Hagedorn taking ownership for his former chief of staff by saying, quote, I acknowledge responsibility for the oversight of my office and will continue to make any necessary management improvements. Even so, BN says it's not enough.
There are so many questions to still get to the heart of, and at best this is disqualifying from him getting a second term.
We still don't have confirmation whether or not John Sample, the staffer who is connected to the Texas-based printing company that the $60,000 of printing costs went to, is still employed with Hagedorn's team. The statement we received from Hagedorn's office today is word for word the same statement released to us on Monday. When we spoke with Hagedorn in Mankato at President Trump's visit that same day, he said more information would be released when the investigation is complete, but has not spoken to us since, despite multiple attempts to contact him. Reporting live in the studio, Barrett Leone, KTTC News.